May 16, May 16, May 16. Got all the junk that burnables that I pulled out of my barn, my shed, my shop. All that stuff is over here. And underneath it, you can still see a little bit in the corner there is tons and tons of pieces and bits of walnuts. What does that tell you? It tells me there's a squirrel, a squirrel or a chipmunk, a monk chip, as Ken Corrigan used to call, or his kid. His kid used to call chipmunks monk chips. Thought I'd share that with you. All right, better make sure I'm presentable here. Not a hair out of place. Now there's one here. There's one here. But if I pull that one, a bunch of other ones go zapping in. So I'll leave that alone. So what did I do today? After a point in time, when you start working on anything, a lot of stuff, not everything, but you get to a real tedious part of it. And one of it is the gas here, the gas acceleration thingamajig. I talked to you about it. I put a tube from this side all the way, snaking this way and this way, so that I got a cable that'll pull that. It's a nylon cable for now, which will stretch over time, but this is just to get the thing going. You guys need to chill when I do stuff like this. This prototyping, you know, one way to do it is to get a cable, which that's probably what I'm going to do, but I got to spec out the size and all that stuff, and I've never really worked with cables before, and I'm figuring it out. So once this is done, I've learned a lot of stuff. Sell this car, with that money buy another junker. I mean, I want to get a really junk car, because this car is in really good condition. The frame, the body, interior, I mean, everything is in really impeccable condition. I have the matching motor, tranny, and all that garbage, but I just want to beat the tar out of this thing for a while, and then pick up a piece of junk one. I mean, a really ugly one. I'm not ugly, because I really like the C3 body styles, and they're cheaper than dirt, and do it again, but do a little bit better. I'm talking about the drivetrain. I don't care what it looks like. It'll be fine. I just want something that'll go really fast and noisy, which this one will do. But the body is in such beautiful shape. I really don't want to lose control with this thing. I mean, you know, on the road, which I will do, you know, with a piece of junk one. Hopefully not hitting anything, but so making that thing is very tedious and just takes forever. You know, sets me back mentally. But anyway, so I got the tube, which will house that nylon cable, finished. But when you're working with tubing and bracketry, the tube has a lot of stresses in there, so when you take it back off of the manifold, it springs. Look at that, Class A motorhome. I love Class A's. I love Class C's. I love Class B's. Any motorhome. I want to borrow one for a while. Watching cars go by, they're driving very slow. I don't know, slowly. I don't know why. So anyway, this is it. If it turns out really good, I'll take the credit. Now, yes, a grinder welded these, but you know what? I'm going to say it again. It's a prototype. So if it turns out really good, I'll say thank you for the compliments. If it turns out like crap, this paint is really old. Look at that stuff. And gloss black. See where my pinky is bouncing around? If it turns out good, thank you, or you're welcome. And if it turns like a crap, it's the fault of the paint and the welder. I do have to buy some parts for my welder because it starts slipping. The rollers and the feeder start slipping. I haven't used it that much, but the wire itself is pretty rusty because I have, you know, that thing's about, that wire is probably about 30 plus years old. All right, so that's where I'm at, guys. I just want to give you a quick update as to what I am working on. So hopefully today I'll have the accelerator pedal working and actually making the accelerator valve, or whatever you want to call that valve, functioning. So I'm pretty proud that I cleaned this area up here, guys. I mean, look at that. Well, yeah, look at that. Another thing I really want to do is I have all these screws. Here's, turn this up a little bit. Here's some screws. Here's a bunch of screws. I couldn't think of, see, these are Allen heads. I like the star heads. I guess that's what they call it. A star. T45 bit. Now, when it says free T45 bit, you supposedly don't pay for it, and you get what you don't pay for. And they're a piece of crap. So they 4 or 5 screws and it gets all wore out. I'll show you the ones that I really, really like. I believe they're like Milwaukee or something. Right here, these. You buy these specifically for yada yada. I can't see what that says. Can you read that? Is it DeWalt? Let me put it on here so it focus there. I can't read it. I didn't even think anybody can read it, even a young kid. So, yes, the place is a mess. In my excitement, you grab tools and stuff and you leave them lay, and next thing you know it, you got a mess in your hands. So that's where I'm at with the vet project. I haven't done anything with the, I know the guitar is sitting there, it really should be on an angle. Something like this. And it should be over there maybe. But this is my workbench. It really doesn't belong there. It's there temporarily. So again, right here will be a really nice cupboards. Will be about this high. And then only go like a foot. I think it's a foot. And then I'll have a shelf underneath it, and that's where all my shelf, maybe about this high. I'll store some stuff that I'm using while I'm working on the bench. So screws again. See, here's some more screws, nice long, but again a star bit, T25 bit. Hold on, you ain't see nothing yet. This whole bin is full of screws that I get over time. This is crazy, man. Look at it all. So, all different kinds. Nails. Really, nails should be set. You got to keep them separated. You know what I mean? You got to keep them separated. What I might do is, just make a real narrow shelf. A series of shelves, right? And then maybe you can put a nice door on there. I got a whole ton of fancy doors. And hang it over here or something, over top, and then you open it up and you have all the screws and they're not in your way. Or there is a gap between this wall and these shelves here. I'm not sure how far. I could put them all in here, rows of shelves of screws, and then shut it. Ta-da! Will you look at this picture here? Will you look at that? I don't know if that's our 40th. Can you guys read that? I can't. Huh. How about that? How about that? You can tell when you're Spanish when you see stuff like that floating around everywhere. Yeah. So, sounds like somebody pulled up the driveway note. Anyway, that's where I'm at, people. Enjoy the day, man. It's drop dead gorgeous. Show you the day again. This is insane. It's so nice. Might spend some time in the woods too, since I still have my booties on. Alright guys, see y'all. Adios. Turn it off like this.